the headlines, traders at Suleja Market raise alarm over activities of thugs and task force. Container crushes woman to death in Anambra. Amnesty International says over 15 protesters languish in Lagos prison 3 years after EndSARS protest. And finally, Niger military rulers say ousted president tried to escape. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Updates. I am Mardia Umar. Thank you for joining. Now the news info. Suleja town in Niger State is home to several businesses, with traders visiting the area on a daily basis for their wholesale or retail transactions. The visitors cut across the Federal Capital Territory and other neighboring states like Kogi, Nasarawa and Kaduna, in addition to other parts of Niger State. Trust TV visited Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida Market in Suleja, as well as other adjoining business locations where traders lamented how activities of thugs and task force officials affecting them negatively. The report.
The traders said many of their customers were no longer interested in visiting the market due to the harassment of the thugs. They either work with the council or operating illegally, as well as task force officials that operate within the area. There are also allegations against officials of the Niger State Transport Management Agency who are accused of extorting motorists or impounding vehicles of those that fail to comply with their demands.
Firstly, we have issue of importation of goods to Suleja Market due to the tax force and whatsoever called revenue. If you look at it, when we go to Lagos, we go to Aba on a char, where we buy our bag, kind of market. We want a driver to take it to the Suleja. They will say no, they are not taking it to Suleja. Rather, they will take it to Zuba or Kaduna Road simply because of tax force. And anyone you are lucky to get it that is coming to Suleja, he will start charging you at high rates that you cannot afford to pay, simply because of tax force and whatsoever revenue.
If you check the line now, you can see from here to here, nobody. Those people will block the road, manipulation everywhere, collecting people money. If you buy only one single bucket and put inside your boot, they will follow you up, use their Okada, follow you up. If they catch the motor, they will hold the person, talking of 30,000, 20,000. And immediately the person pay that money, he will never come back again.
The problem we are having with them, mostly, we in the Babangida market, what we are facing from them is that even though that you go and bring your own load, coming back to Suleja, it will be problem. You will pay. You pay these people, you pay the other people, you pay the other one. They are disturbing us, not small. And because of this, many people were not coming to Suleja to buy goods again. All the people coming from Abuja before, all of them run away. Because of that, they are now going to Kubwa and other places.
Meanwhile, efforts to get the response of the chairman of Suleja Council, Isha Kubawa, were not successful after several attempts. Also, the Director General of NITMA, Muhammad Awal Datijo, an agency accused of assaulting motorists, had declined to speak when contacted about the issue.
Still in Niger, former chairman of Ngaski local government area of Kebbi State, Garba Hassan, has been kidnapped by bandits along 12 other people in Niger State. Hassan and the others were passengers in a commercial vehicle along Tagina Kwatongwara Road in Niger State on Thursday afternoon when they were abducted. All the victims were said to be traveling to Kebbi State from Abuja in the commercial vehicle when the incident occurred. The bandits were said to have been lurking in the bush between Tagina and Kwatongwara town in Niger State when they stormed the road and stopped the vehicle in which Hassan and others were traveling. The victims were subsequently led into the bush by the bandits, from where they were taken to an unknown destination. The Kebbi State Governor's Chief Press Secretary, Ahmed Idris, confirmed the incident in a telephone interview with our correspondent. Niger State Police Public Relations Officer Wasiu Abiodun promised to get back to a reporter when contacted. On a sad note, an unidentified woman has been crushed to death by a container fallen from a trailer at the ever-busy Eze Iweka area near Upper Iweka bus stop along Onitsha-Owerri Road. According to eyewitness, the incident occurred on Thursday when goods were being offloaded from the truck that was packed by the roadside. The container fell and crashed on the woman standing by the roadside. The acting sector public education officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Margaret Onabe, who confirmed the incident, said it happened at about 3 p.m. The FRSC rescue team from RS-53A1 Upper Iweka Outpost, Anambra State, rushed to the accident scene along with the Awada police team, making effort to get a crane to lift the 40-feet container where the road traffic crash victim was trapped. She added that the sector commander in the state corps commander Adeoye Irelawuyi sympathized with the family of the dead victim. The Supreme Court has fixed Monday, October 23 for hearing an appeal by the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, seeking the nullification of President Bola Tinubu's victory at the presidential election. The appeals court will on the same day hear the motion by Atiku seeking to bring fresh evidence to prove that President Bola Tinubu submitted forged certificate to Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). In a hearing notice, the appeals court fixed 9 a.m. of the date for Atiku's lawyers and those of President Tinubu to address its panel of 7 justices on whether it has power to grant the request. Also billed to address the court on the contentious request are lawyers from the All Progressives Congress (APC) and the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), who are joint respondents in the motion. Now, the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) has commenced a post-development audit beginning with satellite towns in Abuja. Trust TV's Abdurrahman Umar reports that the audit will also mark the recommencement of the issuing of building plan approvals in Abuja satellite towns. His report.
Abuja, Nigeria's capital, was built to serve as the country's capital under the Abuja Master Plan. Certain buildings in the city are not meant to be, as they do not fit into the plan, and as such will distort the city's original plan. This, according to Town Planner Mukhtar Galadima, the Director Department of Development Control in the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA), gave rise to the post-development audit of satellite towns in Abuja.
Starting from the satellite towns, how many structures do we have? What type of structures do we have? How are they connected to the city or services? So that we can have a database that we can say, yes, the capital city is made of this, and it has these facilities and services.
He says there might be room for review of the approvals issued to some structures within the recent
implementation of plans. Normally there are rooms for review. So if the deviation is not something fundamental, it's something that can be condoned, we say, okay, you have done this, but not in our line, but it can be condoned. So we are going to charge you ABC for this deviation. But if something that we cannot condone, it has to be removed, we'll remove it.
For many across the country who associated the effort of FCTA in maintaining Abuja Master Plan with abuse of human rights, Mukhtar says that is to the contrary.
I think there are two independent variables. You have the city's master plan, which is also a law on itself and regulations. And then you have the issue of discipline. So you see, for us to get a city of our dream, a city that everybody desires, we need to have a disciplined society. So if you are not disciplined, which means the law is supposed to take its course on you.
Sylvester Nicholas is an Abuja resident who says Abuja is not like other states in the country, and as such, people must conform to the rules and regulations for residing in the city.
With due respect, I will urge people that have built should come so that if there's a way to redirect them how to build before anything collapsing, it will be better.
Mokhtar says to get the capital city of our dreams, Nigerians must be disciplined.
People talk about Kigali, people talk about Joburg. No, what makes them different? Look at Dubai. What is all about Dubai? It's because the people are disciplined. They follow laws, they follow regulations. So long as we're not going to follow laws and regulations, we can't get that city that we want.
The owners of properties in satellite towns in Abuja are expected to, within the next 21 days, submit the requisite information for necessary action. Abdurrahman Umar, Trust TV News, Abuja.
In a bid to develop Nigeria's educational sector towards meeting global best practices, the Chairman House of Representatives Committee on Tertiary Education, Abubakar Fulata, says the nation must declare a state of emergency in education. Fulata has also called on the federal government to commit at least 25 to 30% of the national budget to education. He stated this on the sidelines of a stakeholders meeting on the development of a roadmap for the Nigerian education sector. Habibat Ajayi has more.
The Federal Ministry of Education set up a 7-man committee to look into the roadmap of the sector for 2024-2027. The committee was set up to look into various challenges faced at different levels in the sector. However, stakeholders lamented the ill treatment of teachers in the country and called for salary increments for primary, secondary and university teachers.
25 to 30% of the national budget to education. And then teachers must be not only be honored, they must also be encouraged. No primary school teacher in Nigeria should earn anything less than 250,000 naira per month.
The Minister of Education, Tahir Maman, lamented that the ministry has great policies on papers that do not meet the needs of the people.
Basic education is their terrain. Secondary school is essentially their terrain. Federal government has only 112 unity colleges. But because of problems at that sector, we are where we are today. But the federal government is partnering with them. All that we are asking for is for them to do their own part.
Anybody who has been in education for the last 2-3 decades will know that. During our days, we've been beneficiary of the education system, and we know it. We know how it was. We know where it is now. And if something very serious is not done, we have a pretty good idea of where we're heading.
The Minister of State for Education, Yusuf Sununu, emphasized the need to recognize gender mainstreaming in the roadmap so that Nigeria will have the benefit of balanced education system.
Equally, very pertinent is that we align the 23 deliverables assigned to the Federal Ministry of Education in the 8-point agenda of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, was our roadmap. This is important because the deliverables fund the ministerial performance bond, which will be signed by ministers and the permanent secretary in retreat coming off few weeks.
Each year, 4 million youth enter the labor market. Many of them do not have the right skills or the market relevant skills. So those are the two challenges. What I would like the roadmap to focus really on, how do we address this for the next 8-10 years?
The inability of youth to gain employment after going through the rigors of academics may be responsible for a gradual disinterest in the pursuit of education. Habibat Ajayi, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And away from the educational sector, Nigerian Navy ship aircraft patrol team has intercepted 11 stowaways aboard Guangzhou Highway Panama ship en route Ghana. According to a statement by the base information officer of the Nigerian Navy ship aircraft H.A. Collins on Thursday, the individuals were intercepted on Tuesday at about 7 p.m. during a routine patrol of Navy Ship Aircraft Patrol Team. He said that the Western Regional Control Center, WRCC, was immediately informed and prompted that the vessel to halt within Lagos anchorage. The statement said 4 stowaways were initially apprehended from the stern of the vessel. However, an astonishing 7 more stowaways were uncovered within the ship bringing the total to 11 stowaways who were promptly disembarked from the vessel and taken into custody. The officials said that the stowaways have been handed over to the Nigerian Immigration Service in accordance with the established protocols. You're watching the news on Trust TV News Update. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at why Irish potato is beyond reach in jars. Details of this report and more after the break.
There's a problem in Nigeria. Rising unemployment is leading to crime, death, and homelessness.
I graduated since 2020. There's no work, there's nothing.
With no jobs, no money, and no food, many young people are frustrated.
There are many young youths out there looking for what to do. But when you come to Nigeria, you will see old people doing the work that young people should do.
My own local government itself, we don't have anybody in this community that is working there.
Lost and forgotten in slums, the echoes of their worries haunt the seat of power. Where is their government?
This village is like we are inside the city, and our boys are running up and down, no work.
What is the truth behind Nigeria's unemployment statistic? Beyond the affluence of Abuja's wealthy 1% lies the grief of the 99% struggling to earn a living.
That's great.
You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the news updates on Trust TV. A recap of our top stories. We told you earlier that traders at Suleja Market raised alarm over activities of thugs and task force. And the container crushes a woman to death in Anambra. Moving on to other stories, farmers in Benue State are lamenting the effect of flooding on their businesses following repeated emergency alerts from the relevant authorities. In spite of the early warning by NIMET of imminent flooding earlier in the year, many riverine farmers decided to test their fate and are now facing the consequences. Jimmy Azandi from Benue reports.
As at the time of this report, only a few houses in some parts of Makurdi were sacked by flood, though massive farmlands are already consumed by the water disaster.
Government has been already telling us that there is a flood coming, and we did not know. And for now, you can see it. The water is now coming gradually to come and evacuate us. So for now, we are calling on government to come into this our situation and rescue us, because we don't know where we can go. All our farmlands, they are evacuated.
The farmers said they were pre-informed, but the push to survive dried them into the same farmlands that were submerged in the flood of 2022.
I've been told by government that flood is coming this year too. And the day before yesterday, we started stealing this water. As you can see, the water is coming in. All our farms are now buried. If you can turn the other side and see, as many rice are inside water, our cassavas are already buried. We don't know what might happen tomorrow in the next 24 hours, because the level of this water coming, we don't understand it. Maybe our houses may be buried inside water, or we don't just know. But
what I would tell my people remain around here is to get set and pack their things out before it will be late for us.
But what we are seeing now is above our power. Like me now, even to fish, this water hinder me not to fish as I'm fishing before. I always try so that I will survive with my family. So, as you can see, you will see the water everywhere. No way. Even my canoe, the water have taken it away. I don't have anything to move inside the water again.
The state government has taken proactive measures to mitigate the impact of flooding this year, though at the moment, the volume of water is not anywhere near the terrible experiences of 2012 and 2022. Jimmy Azande, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
And now to Jos Plateau State, where the price of Irish potato continued to soar. As scarce items in the various markets has now become the order of the day, as dealers and traders of the commodity say that the cost of Irish potato has forced many of them to switch to selling sweet potato. Trust TV's Ado Musa, who visited some of the markets, report that the crop is not only scarce within the state capital, but even at communities where this commodity is famous for this product. Let's take a look at his report.
Virtually all markets are flooded by sweet potatoes due to the scarcity of the Irish potato in the state. It is not common to experience scarcity of Irish potatoes in Jos, especially because the state is one of the highest cultivators of the crop in Nigeria. During the rainy season, mostly between June and September, many households in the state and beyond buy potato in large quantities because of its availability and affordability. However, this year, many people cannot even afford it. Some of the dealers and traders explain why the crop is scarce in the state.
The reason why Irish potato is scarce is because if you look at the price of fertilizer, farmers purchase fertilizer at the rate of 17,500, 18,000 naira to 20,000. So it must affect the production of Irish potatoes. And another factor is the coexistence of conflict within the places where Irish potato is being farmed.
Irish potato is really scarce in Jos because farmers have not cultivated the product. They have no money to invest. The fertilizer, which is one of the ingredients of farming, is very expensive. The price of pesticides has also gone higher. Youth are not longer going to the farm, and that is why crime is everywhere now. On the flip side, potato dealers and traders are experiencing low patronage in the market due to the hike in price of the commodity, which has drastically affected their income.
We normally purchase about 300 bags, but right now you hardly sell 2 on daily basis because of the expensiveness of it. Because there is no Irish potatoes here, there is nothing you can do about it.
Prior to the economic hardship, I used to bring 10 bags of potato, but now I cannot bring 5 bags because there is low patronage. I have been here since morning. I haven't sold anything. Nobody has come to price the potato because there is no money in the town. At the end of the day, making Irish potatoes affordable will depend on 2 factors. Stakeholders in the various markets said, if farm inputs are affordable and peace is restored around the farming communities, Irish potato can once more be sufficiently cultivated. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
And away from Nigeria, Niger's military rulers said that a fraud attempt by Mohamed Bazoum, the former president, ousted in a coup in July, to escape their custody on Thursday. The regime's spokesman, Amadou Abdourahmane, said on state television that around 3 in the morning, the ousted president Mohamed Bazoum and his family, his 2 cooks and 2 security elements, tried to escape from his place of detention. He said that the escape bid failed. The main actors and some of the accomplices were arrested. Abdourahmane did not say where they were being held for now. And in sport, the Athletic Club have departed Morocco for the African Football League clash against Enyimba. The Moroccan Giants will lock horns against the 2-time CAF Champions League winners, Enyimba, in quarterfinal of the competition at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium on Sunday. The return leg of the 2-legged encounter will take place in Casablanca on Wednesday, October 25. Enyimba have recorded 1 win and a defeat from their opening 2 games in Nigeria Premier Football League this season. In other fixtures, the Esperance of Tunisia will take on Congo Democratic Republic side TP Mazembe, and Egyptian giant Al Ahly will be up against Tanzania's Simba, while Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa will lock horns with Petro Atletico of Angola. And that brings us to the end of the news update at this hour. For more, visit our website and our social media platforms, and also join our YouTube live streaming for more news, programs and documentaries. On behalf of the news crew, thank you for watching. My name is Martia Umar. Bye for now.